been sublime. Just how good? The Knicks have outscored opponents by 22.5 per game this postseason. That's the highest mark in any 10-game span in NBA history, which includes the regular season. They are 9-1 against the spread in that span with 9 double-digit wins.
You've been very, very, very rude to Danhausen. So unfortunately, you are cursed. Hey, you better be nice to Danhausen. Just ask Stephen A. Smith. How about them Knicks?
All right, Al. I guess I've been paid, so. The New York Knicks. I guess you can be uncursed temporarily until I decide otherwise.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, to let them know that they are cursed.
Oh, that guy Danhausen, put the hex on Cleveland. That probably doesn't sit well with our next guest, WWE superstar, The Miz. So Miz, you and Danhausen, I know you guys had some history in the ring, on social media, and now he's cursed your favorite basketball team. Where does it end with this guy?
It doesn't end. This guy has been ruining my entire life, and he's going after my team, my Cleveland Cavaliers, who are down 0-3. Look, Danhausen is a curse in himself, and his face paint is the only curse that is around. There is no curse. The Cleveland Cavaliers are not cursed. They're going to get it together, and they're going to do something that's never been done before in the history of the NBA. They're going to come back from an 0-3 deficit, and they are going to win the Eastern Conference Finals, and then they're going to win the NBA Finals. They're going to be champions, and you heard it here. There is no curse, nothing like that. It's all good, and it's amazing. I'm ready for it.
You're doubling down, not just being the only team in NBA history to come out of an 0-3 hole, but then going on and win the finals as well. All right, so Kenny Atkinson hasn't been able to figure out how to get a win against the Knicks. What do you think they need to do? How do they save face and get a win tonight?
I think save face. First off, there is no more annoying fan base than the New York Knicks fan base. They have been loud. They have been obnoxious. And all I want to do is shut them up. And how do you shut them up, you ask? It's simple. When the backs are against the wall of the Cleveland Cavaliers, what has happened? We saw it with the Detroit Pistons. We saw what they did with them. Their backs were against the wall. They were down 0-2, and they came back and they won. That's exactly what they're going to do here. When their backs are against the wall, when everybody is doubting them, that is when Cleveland is at its best. That is when the Cleveland Cavaliers are dangerous, and that's exactly what's going to happen tonight. It's game by game. So tonight, we win, then we win again, then we win again, and we end up winning the entire thing. That's the way Cleveland rolls. Look, heroes are built when nobody believes. That is why they call us Believe Land. We are the land, we believe, and we will win.
I like the bravado. We'll see how it plays out tonight. Meanwhile, you're busy. This weekend, the WWE going abroad, their first ever premier event in Italy. So tell us, what can fans watching the Clash in Italy on Sunday expect with this? It's a big card. What can they expect?
I'll tell you what, man. Anytime you put Roman Reigns on a card, it's bound to be electric. Anytime you put Cody Rhodes on a card, especially he's going up against Gunther, it's electric. And now you put us in Italy. And if anyone remembers these fans from Italy, last time I was in Italy, the place was shaking. They blew the roof off the place. So not only are you going to get electric, incredible matches, but you're also going to get an audience that really knows how to bring the energy of a WWE PLE on ESPN. And it is going to be unreal.
All right, the Clash in Italy, Sunday, ESPN Plus. Our guy, The Miz, hoping to live La Dolce Vita. Hey, Miz, best of luck to you and your Cavs.
We don't need luck.
Okay.
The New York Knicks will need all the luck they can get. You can bring your Chalamets, you can bring your Spike Lees, you can bring your Stephen A. Smiths, but the fact of the matter is, we're coming for you. We're going to dominate you, and we're going to beat you. We're going to stomp you in your throats, and that's exactly what's going to happen to all your little New York Knicks fans out there. So we will shut you up.
If they pull it off, you're the guy who called it. The Miz joining us today.
There's no if.
The Knicks, one win away from their first trip to the NBA Finals since 1999. Could it come tonight? New York and Cleveland for Game 4. The Knicks are looking for their second straight series sweep and have won each of their first 3 games in this series by double figures. We're on the scene in Cleveland with our Vince Goodwill, who has been with the Knicks all season. Hey, Vince, New York sits now just a win away from that long-awaited finals berth. What is the team saying about how the regular season kind of prepared them for this moment?
Well, first off, it's about closing down series, and they've done that. If you look at the first round, they beat Atlanta by 59 points. In the second round against the Philadelphia 76ers, they closed down that series with a 30-point win. Both of those were on the road. Josh Hart said this morning, we've been building up regular season habits that have helped build us to this moment. And he said we felt like we had been doing the regular season stuff, reaching benchmarks, so he's not surprised. He said it's kind of like a snowball effect that has gotten them to this point. He even joked about James Dolan's finals or else edict, saying, I guess we better make the finals or else we're going to be traded. I don't think they necessarily have to worry about that at this point. But Karl Towns said something interesting. He said when James Dolan made that statement, that was on January 5th. The Knicks were in a 2-9 stretch. That night, they had their worst loss of the season. And he said, you know what? We had the pressure on us all season long, and the way that we bonded together, we knew that ebbs and flows were going to happen. And even though we can stick together, nothing's going to break us. Not even a 22-point deficit in the fourth quarter of a playoff game.
Yeah, they're certainly on a flow right now, maybe peaking. Best basketball we've seen out of this team all year. Jalen Brunson, massive favorite to win Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Did not get a ton of love in the regular season from MVP voters. So what is the team saying about his performance in this series and really in the entire postseason?
Well, he didn't get any love in regular season MVP voting. He didn't finish in the top 8. Mike Brown stumped for him yesterday on our Zoom call, saying he's been one of the best two-way players in the league as far as taking charges and also leading this ball club. And, yeah, he's a big-time favorite to win Eastern Conference MVP. It's important to remember, Jalen Brunson was the first domino amongst this New York Knicks puzzle. When they traded for Josh Hart and OG Anunoby, that was to protect him on defense. When they traded for Karl Anthony Towns, that was to spread the floor and to expose his dominance as a leader. So, with all that said, there's an opportunity in front of him tonight that a regular season MVP vote cannot do. He can etch himself into Knicks history, into NBA history, by leading this team to the NBA Finals for the first time in over 25 years.
Yeah, he has looked unstoppable at times, certainly in this series. Vince giving us his thoughts. Knicks right now 2.5-point road favorites for this game. No way to sugarcoat this for the Cavs. Their prospects are definitely bleak. No NBA team has ever overcome a 3-0 series deficit. 163 teams have tried, and 163 teams have failed. We've seen it happen 4 times in the NHL, once in baseball, again, never in basketball. DraftKings has the Cavs as 20-1 long shots to become the first NBA team to complete the comeback. And we continue with our coverage from Cleveland with our Jamal Collier, who's handling the Cavs side of things. So, Jamal, take us inside the Cleveland locker room right now. What are the Cavs saying about this desperate spot they find themselves in?
Yeah, well, Kenny Atkinson went around to the players yesterday on the off day and asked simply, why do you believe? And the answers that he said he got gave him confidence, reassurance that this team hasn't quit and let go of the rope just yet. Got a range of answers from the guys simply for the fact that they feel like they haven't hit shots, played well in this series so far. They pointed to the fact that they have won games against the Knicks, had success in the past, and even that 22-point deficit in Game 1 that they eventually lost in the fourth quarter and in overtime. And that's why Jalen Tyson highlighted the fact that they feel like they have not actually put a full 48 minutes of playing at their best together. This team, when they've had their backs against the wall, we're talking about the 2 Game 7s in the past 2 rounds, they actually turned in their 2 best games and best performances. And Tyson went on to say it's about pride. The Cavs have to have pride, knowing the Knicks are going to come in here and try to sweep them on their home floor. And that's something he said they've got to take personally.
Yeah, Knicks looking for back-to-back sweeps. Of course, they were well-rested coming into this series because they swept Philadelphia. The Cavs, on the other hand, have had 2 7-game series leading into this. How does the wear and tear right now affect Cleveland?
You can just see it. And Kenny Atkinson said watching the film of Game 3 especially. The Knicks just looked like they were 2 steps faster than the Cavs, especially getting out in transition after some of those turnovers. And this is something that Cleveland is really paying for the last 2 rounds. Tough matchup against Toronto, a really physical series. Tough matchup against Detroit, a physical series. They had to rally down 0-2 in that series. 2 Game 7s. They played a game every other day since April 29th. That's Game 5 of the first round. But Donovan Mitchell wasn't ready to make excuses. He said, this is something that we did to ourselves, something we can't cry about now. They made their own bed, and now they got to lie in it.
Yeah, we looked it up. The Cavs have won Game 4 when being down 3-0. That was in the 2017 finals against the Warriors. We'll see if they can stave off elimination again tonight. Jamal giving us the latest on the Cavs. We'll look at Landry Shamet getting some shots up. He and the Knicks looking to close out Cleveland tonight. Shamet coming off a really nice game, 14-point performance in Game 3, second highest scoring game all postseason.